You really can't make this stuff up. This is the craziest move I've ever seen, and it's just nonsensical. I mean, why would a campaign spend resources on this when these kids can't even vote? It's like, what? But this is what the Harris Walz campaign is doing, guys. Making Fortnite maps to try to like indoctrinate kids into their weird stuff, and it's just unfun. Even like the gaming media is making fun of it when you get into it, and we'll get into this as well. Hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about all things that are happening in the culture here. This is my Fandom Pulse Substack. I write articles every morning. And, of course, we're going to be joined by a wonderful, wonderful writer who just started, trickling in articles. But he starts full-time on November 9th. And he's the guy who ran Bounding Into Comics, ran That Park Place, the hardest-hitting journalist out there. So grab this, guys. Subscribe to our Substack. This is where the gaming news is going to be at from now on, like the hardest-hitting stuff out there. And I appreciate you for subscribing to this. And please consider a paid subscription, too, because we work really hard on this journalism. It's going to be a full-time job for us, and we definitely want you on board. And, of course, we do this on Substack, so we don't have to deal with Google ads or any censorship, because I've faced that before. I'll make a video on it once John's starting full-time with us in a couple days, just going into just how corrupt Google is with its search functions and the like. But this is it, guys. Thank you so much for being here as we talk about all things video games. So this is it. Former World of Warcraft lead Mark Kern slams Kamala Harris Fortnite map as desperate, and it is desperate. This is a screenshot from the video right here. You see the little Fortnite dancing with this like Harris Walz cringiness in the background. It's crazy. I just, again, don't understand what they're doing here. But they seem to be doing this like, how do you do, fellow kids, sort of thing going on with their campaign right now. And it's like, now this is a bold move and a weird move. Again, like there's like a week left, and like, why are you spending your time doing these kind of things when there's like real voters out there? Because like the only people who play Fortnite are like 10-year-olds for the most part. No offense if you play Fortnite, but you know it's true. And I have a 10-year-old kid. That's how I know this. And so they are not voting. And you'd think, well, maybe they are voting for Democrats. I mean, maybe that's the strategy here. They're going to get ballots. They don't have to present ID. Man, it's a bold move, Cotton. It's a bold move. But maybe, this is dead people vote for Democrats, so why not little kids too? But this is what's coming out of Fortnite right now, and it's so cringy. We'll watch a little bit of the trailer that they got up for this. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So Fortnite's a shooter-style game, if you don't know, aimed at kids, usually making collaborations for skins of characters from popular youth programs like the Marvel Cinematic Universe or Legos. But as the election approaches, Democrats are desperate to spend their campaign money on the modern demographic, hoping it will work where Hollywood has failed to capture an audience. And this is what you see a lot in Hollywood campaigns. They always say, "Oh yeah, we're doing very badly on the general, but with the youth demographic, our percentages are higher than ever before." And then they never show the numbers of that, and it's like, So you've got like 10, 14-year-olds watching your show, but nobody else is. And this is kind of how they tried to spin The Acolyte as a success for Star Wars, and how they tried to spin the new Doctor Who, the gay black Doctor Who, as a success. Even though nobody's watching the program, they kept just going and hammering the media with this youth demographic thing. And I guess this is what the Harris campaign is doing, launching their Fortnite map called Freedom Town USA, which lectures kids on political issues. And so this is where people about this. They're very confused about this as U.S. politics goes totally off the rails. Kamala Harris says, "To hell with it. Let's start a Fortnite map." Now, this is an interesting headline because it's not like as Donald Trump goes totally off the rails. It's just as U.S. politics. They're kind of admitting that like the Democrats as well are culpable for going off the rails, and there's no enthusiasm for it. And this, even in this, like, again, PC Gamer is like one of the worst shilling media outlets out there. So if they're kind of admitting that things are off the rails and that this is off the rails, they know there's a massive problem coming for the campaign. I mean, which is good news for everybody else in America. Now, here's their trailer that they put out for this. Go vote. Oh yes. And if you look at the beginning of this, it's Fortnite people running. There's some American flags. Freedom Town USA, fight for freedom. Okay, Kamala. Oh boy, and how cringy is this? And apparently, like, it gets pretty weird in here. And what was that? That was like a old house blowing up. Promise for America. Harris Walz. So you really don't get much. Squad up, go vote. Oh, how exciting. Tell the kids to go vote. Kamala Harris. That's it. And look at this. I've long wondered what the modern day equivalent of the famous Nixon-Kennedy TV debate would be. It's not this, bro. It's Trump going on Joe Rogan is more that. And if Kamala had any balls, which I guess she doesn't, makes sense. You never know these days, though. She would have been on Joe Rogan rather than doing this kind of thing. A technological leap from radio to television was the first of its kind. Nixon, clammy and weird, was comprehensively trounced by the slick, telegenic Kennedy, possibly determining the outcome of the entire election. We have our answer: presidential Fortnite maps. Yeah, I don't know that a debate is the same thing as a Fortnite map for a kid's game, bro. I mean, this is like the level of shilling is really stupid here. But this is where it gets, this is where they know. They know that this is stupid, and they can't even show for this. Unfortunately, it turns out Harris won't be using the map to challenge Donald Trump to a 1v1 duel, nor is she showing off her rich collection of Rick and Morty skins. She's ... talking about politics. And this is exactly what gamers don't want. And this is exactly the problem that they have in all of these games that they're coming out with these major studios trying to shill for their agendas. You can learn about tax breaks and affordable housing. You know, the stuff you come to Fortnite for. And so this is a tacit admission that there's nobody who wants this. There is no demographic interested in this. And this is where it gets ridiculous. They are sarcastically mocking this, even with the access mainstream media, who shills for all of these things. That's pretty wild. So the person comes, maybe I feel about 253 years old. This is nothing new. It's only going to get more widespread and weird from here. We're all getting old. This has nothing to look. You're not understanding why they would do this. It has nothing to do with getting old. It has to do with the fact that this is an insane waste of resources by a campaign. It's absolutely stupid. And then they reference the fact that Tim Walz was playing Crazy Taxi on Twitch with AOC the other day. Again, like, why? These are not things that like adults are interested in. These are things that kids are interested in. And it's just a stupid use of campaign time and campaign energy. These people have no idea what they're doing. Clearly, they're incompetent, and that's the entire problem that's existing right now. Now, Grum's made fun of this himself, and he's right. Nothing says desperate more than trying to get your candidate voted with a Fortnite map. Most of the players can't even vote yet. And as I said, I've got kids, and they play Fortnite. And so I ran this by them and showed them the Fortnite map and asked them if they were going to play it. They said, heck no. They said it's cringy. They said it's stupid, and they said, why would they even do this? We can't vote. Like they even understand how stupid it is as children. And then they looked at the map and they said, this doesn't even look like a fun map. So I don't play Fortnite, obviously. But the kids said that this map actually looks unfun, uninteresting. So it's just like everything else that like these like sort of like educational programs always try to do. They make something that is just doesn't have any potential player base or any potential reason whatsoever. Some of the comments on this were pretty funny. Of course, Giga Bear says, doesn't seem accurate to a Dem-run city. There's no poop on the sidewalks, no homeless tent encampments, and I don't think those apartment complexes are taken over by gangs. Not seeing any cats and dogs, though, so that part checks out. Nev G says, a lot of her supporters have been vocal about their beliefs in grooming. Oh, boy. The Dark Herald, who writes wonderful blogs, says, the left fundamentally cannot face that they've lost the young male vote. Big hint, they aren't playing games and watching porn because they want to. Oof, terrible. Clearly doesn't understand her target market. Come out to Freedom Town where you'll take your children away and put them into foster homes if you don't use their new internet pronouns. Absolutely crazy move by the Harris Walz campaign. But hey, is what it is. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit the like and subscribe button. Make sure to head to Fandom Pulse to read the whole article on what we have talked about here. And guys, please sign up for this and grab that paid subscription. Again, we've got a wonderful, wonderful new editor-in-chief starting full-time on November 9th, and it's going to be blasting out like 8 to 10 articles a day. This is exactly where you need to be fighting the culture war with your news source. And thank you guys for being there. It'll be in the description below. We'll be back soon.